Hey everyone, welcome to the EQ Institute and recognize and manage your level of crazy with EQ when dealing with not feeling good enough. So, today on this presentation, we're going to go through a couple of really quick, simple, maybe not so easy steps, but definitely effective. And I'm going to be speaking from my own experience because as a human, I know how this feels because I know that I've had my own level of crazy that I've had to deal with. And this is some of the tools that I use to help me go from bad crazy to good crazy. So let's get into it, shall we? So sometimes something triggers us and it's just impossible to rid these feelings of I'm just not good enough, right? So I'm sure that many of us out there have had this experience and it just sucks, right? It just totally sucks. So let's keep going here. So sometimes this happens to me, as I said, and it's just a terrible feeling. Um, and so it really gets me on some level, it motivates me to share this with others. But also sometimes it just puts me in a state that's just really funky, and I'm sure that you can relate. And if you would do me a solid, guys, and just subscribe and like this video if it does resonate for you as we continue. So EQ to the rescue. So if you've been a member of this channel and you're a part of this community, you know that we talk about emotional intelligence, we talk about emotional quotient, and we talk a lot about going from bad crazy to good crazy. And what is that exactly? It's anything that is sadness, frustration, anger, those are feelings that I describe as bad crazy, or as you will learn in my book, reactive crazy. They are anything that just really causes us to just be reactive. The good crazy is happiness, creativity, joy, anything that relates to those kinds of feelings. And so the idea is to really move from this reactive crazy to this proactive crazy as fast and as often as possible. And keep in mind, guys, because we are human, it's very hard to do this. And that's why we need constant practice. And as we do practice these muscles, they will get better, I promise. All right, so let's keep going. So, number one, when you do feel this way, acknowledge the feeling. Just be honest about what are your feelings? What are you feeling? What is happening for you? Don't be embarrassed. Don't be ashamed. Just acknowledge it. Just know that this is normal. This is something that's going on for you, and just acknowledge the feelings. Number two, communicate these feelings to a trusted source, maybe a friend, maybe a spouse, someone that you can talk to. Now, if this happened with another person, like let's say you got triggered because of a situation with another person, speak to them about it. Have a real honest conversation. Try to do it when you're not being in your reactive crazy, right? Try to do it when you're in your proactive state, when you've calmed down. But if you're not able to and you just feel really upset and you just want to have a conversation with them, have a conversation with them, but not from a blaming perspective, more from an honest perspective, like, hey, this is what's happening for me. This is how I feel. And just do your best to have this conversation and navigate it in a way that will create a win-win for them and for you. And so they can really, you guys can get through it and not have these situations again. Number three, really try journaling. Journaling is one of those things that, has always helped me um, just gather my thoughts and to be able to really come to terms with what's going on for me. Sometimes this step is part of the first step, which is acknowledging your feelings, like really just sit down, make some notes, really, express the experience, really describe what happened for you and how it affected you. And that will really help you come to terms. It really helps you reflect and gather all your feelings in one place. And then you can maybe go and speak to someone if that's the order that you want to take it. There's really no wrong or right here. There's the order of these steps can be, to best of your ability. It doesn't have to be in this order. So do whatever works best for you. But journaling is one of those things that is really, really powerful. And then number 4, take a walk. Take a walk in nature, maybe take a run, whatever works for you. I don't like running per se, but some people love to run and get that energy out, but walking is just as effective. It feels amazing. And, you can do it either in the evening time, you can do it in the morning, afternoon, whenever fits for you. You could go to the beach, you can do it in nature. Like last night, I was feeling really overwhelmed and my thoughts and my feelings were really getting my crazy going. And I had to just go outside and it was dark out. And obviously you want to be safe. So don't be silly. Don't be doing things that's going to make you, cause you harm or put you at risk of any kind. But, just go take a walk, get that energy out, get that creativity going, and you'll see that, it'll relieve some stress and some tension. Number 5, reclaim those superpowers. Now, look, I know that when we're feeling down and out, the last thing that we feel is superpower. We don't feel a superpower, right? We feel like we suck. So, really connect to the things that you do well. Like, for example, like I'm a good friend, I'm a good listener. I'm a good parent if you're a parent. I'm a good teacher. I'm a good person. You know that you're doing good. You just maybe you're struggling with something. Maybe something happened and now you just feel like crap about yourself. But in general, you are a good person. So really reclaim that superpower. Really talk to yourself about it. Really do some self-talk. And this is a great way to self-soothe and self-talk and really get yourself going because you are an amazing person. And then take positive action. So do something that brings you joy, like making these videos and really talking about EQ and talking about emotions and it really helps me really reconnect to my creativity. It helps me reconnect to my purpose in life. It reconnects me to that I'm not alone, that there are many, many people suffering, with these kinds of feelings. And it really just helps me, brings me back into joy, and then also getting back into service, like this makes me feel of service. It makes me feel like I'm really contributing to mankind, to humankind, to womankind, and it makes me feel better. So then, it gives me the fuel now to go do something else. Like this morning, I made my partner some celery juice. We're big on health and wellness, and we'll be talking about that in a minute. But, maybe make a phone call, maybe talk to another person who is struggling and maybe needs a friend. So really get out there and get into service and do something that could help another person. And then finally, optimize your health. And that's where I talk about the celery juicing and doing something for yourself that's going to optimize your health. Because sometimes the funky feelings that we feel could be coming from lack of nutrition. And a lot of times that's what's going on for us, is that we are toxic. And so we are feeling these things that are really a result of poor nutrition and, not exercising and just really not taking care of ourselves. So really get into that once you've identified all those other feelings. And, now you can move through all that and now go and do something, to fuel yourself. Get some juice, eat some healthy foods. You want to try to stay as much plant-based as possible and really just re-energize yourself and do your body good, because the more you do that, the more your body can do good for you. And so the both of you will feel good. And finally, guys, let's just recap this really quick. So going from bad crazy to good crazy, it's not always easy, but it's totally doable. And if you practice these steps over and over and over again, it will help you every single time. For the most part, that's what I know works for me. So I hope it works for you as well. So number 1, acknowledge your feelings. Number two, communicate. Journal, take a walk or run, reclaim those superpowers, take a positive action towards yourself and others, and then optimize your health because you are what you eat and what you do in life. So really focus on all those steps, and I hope that those help you because I know they help me. So I want to wish you guys an amazing rest of your day. Thank you so much for watching. Let me finish you out with my famous quote: when you know and understand yourself, the world will know and understand you too. And if you and remember, what's the best that can happen? And as you know, you can always reach out for support whenever you want to go from bad crazy to good crazy. Please visit us at eieqinstitute.com and we'll be more than happy to help. And there's lots of resources there for you. All right, so thanks for watching and we wish you all the best. Take care.